Hello, and welcome to another episode of Raw Arse Readings with me, Marisa from Marisa Moments, where I give you channeled messages mainly from your ancestors, but they're also from angels, saints, spirit, universe, God, Gaia, however you want to refer to it. It's your truth. Live in it. And we're going to be shooting from the hip here. So if you are sensitive and if you're not ready to take accountability for yourself, then this might not be the reading for you. But if you are and you're ready for change and you're ready for healing, then keep listening because ancestors got something to say. And here it goes. Okay, so this hit me like a ton of bricks, right? What I hear from ancestors is even if you have clear vision of your divine purpose and your manifestations, visions, all of these things, if you are in the wrong location, it will not come to fruition. That doesn't mean that it's never going to come to you, but it is going to take a whole hell of a lot longer, is what I hear. So here's the thing, right? And this is actually a true story. So I've been working on a couple of things in the background, right? Just kind of trying things out, filling them out and stuff like that. And I felt really positive going in. I was just really excited, all of these things. And then as I'm kind of going along, I find that what started off as a sprint is slowing down. My excitement is starting to dwindle. All of these things, and I'm starting to question every single thing that I received. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that my instruction was divine. I know that it was coming to me for a clear reason. Am I completely certain on that reason? No, not necessarily, but I know that it was getting me started on a path that was going to be beneficial to my future long-term goals and manifestations. Now, let's turn this back to you, because what I'm receiving is that a lot of you have a lot of us. I won't leave myself out. A lot of us have a lot of these things that we get. Like what I receive is like overnight, right? We get these ideas and then we maybe pose it to someone and they're like, well, how are you ever going to make that happen? How's that ever going to work? All these things. And you start off strong and you have all of these ideas and thoughts and you're like, well, this is what I'm planning to do. I'm going to start with A and then I'm going to go to B and then C and D. And they're like, well, how you ever going to get to Z? Right? They start making you doubt yourself. They start gaslighting you. Well, one I receive is because they're a hater. Let's just be honest, right? They're a hater because you're coming up with concepts and you're grasping onto the visions that are placed into your heart. And instead of pushing them outside of yourself and telling yourself that you will never be able to accomplish these things just based off of toxic programming, you actually have the balls, the chutzpah to go for it, right? You start taking action. You start putting faith behind the visions and you start seeing it as a true possibility as opposed to just some sort of caviar dream, right? But anyway, I digress. What I'm receiving from ancestors, and you know it's always ancestors when they're shooting directly from the hip, is that you got to just slowly but surely start separating yourself from that environment. Now, I'm not saying that you have to cut everybody off, but as it relates to your vision, as it relates to your dream, if your environment is not facilitating the growth, or not even necessarily where they're actually having a hand in it, if they're not remaining quiet enough for you to work and concentrate, then maybe that is not the environment in which you were meant to plant those seeds. Ooh. Now Spirit's taking it a whole different route. I know you've heard about people talking about sowing seeds, right? Well, you've been sowing seeds in bad ground. You keep having all of these beautiful thoughts, visions, goals, and all of these potential achievements that have crossed your heart. And first and foremost, let's say and understand that if it's crossed your heart, that means it's a possibility. You're not going to be given false dreams. You're not going to be given false hopes. The only thing that's false about it is whether you choose or not to put action behind those dreams, because manifestations don't work unless we do, right? But with that aside, what I'm seeing is we have been taking all of these seeds that we've been given by the powers that be, and I'm talking about the great beyond, right? I'm talking about God, Gaia, universe, spirit, angels, saints, aliens, whoever you believe in, that's your truth, walk in it. But we've been given these seeds, and then we've taken it to the grimiest of ground and planted it and been like, and like spit on top of it, too. And be like, okay, now thrive. Well, ancestors over there tapping their toes and looking at you like, are you serious right now? You expect a full crop in this crap? Now, again, don't get me wrong, and I'm not laughing at you. It's funny because this is me too. I'm no exclusion to any of these rules. I'm no exclusion to most of these readings. But the reason it isn't working is because you're in the wrong environment. I don't know how much more direct I can be. Now, as an aside, I also have to mention that you're not negating your potential. Just because you plant in bad soil originally does not mean that your crop never has the potential to thrive and grow. However, what you're going to have to do some stuff to them seeds to make sure that they continue to flourish. Otherwise, they just going to, I don't want to say DIE, but they're going to DIE. You know what I mean? What I'm hearing is, listen, those seeds, they may have not even started to take root. And if they haven't, then honestly, that might be a great thing because now you can just dig them back up and plant them elsewhere, right? Plant them in fertile ground. Plant them in environments that actually encourage growth, right? That have the proper atmosphere and the proper climate is what I receive. And you still have the potential to make it work. You still have the potential to make it work. And what I hear beyond that is it doesn't matter how old those seeds are. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you are. Because even if you are in the depths of the depths, there's always some small corner that offers just enough light for you to thrive. And all you need is just a sliver of light. But if you choose to remain in darkness and then wonder why your seeds can't grow, then maybe you got to start looking in the mirror. You got to pull a Michael Jackson number and look at the man in the mirror. But you know what? I'm just going on and on. So hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. You got to make sure that you're in the right environment. Switch it up if you need to, but you have some good seeds. Now it's time to let them grow. Okay, in the words of Ace Ventura, alrighty then. Okay, so I've said a mouthful and you've gotten an earful. Hopefully you've gotten your message. Now remember, we only take what resonates and leave everything else to the wayside. Everything's going to apply differently to everyone, so don't think this is a one-size-fits-all type situation and circumstance. If it doesn't fit today, maybe it'll fit tomorrow. So just keep listening and keep applying all of the readings and all of the downloads as they suit you. And that's it. So until next time, peace and happy healing. Good bruv, how do I always forget to mention to check me out on all of social media? I'm literally everywhere. And if you can't find me on some social media platform, then send me a comment, an email. I don't know if you send a comment, but you know what I'm saying. Comment, email me, all of those good things. I always put it in the description. Just click the link and bingo, bango, Bob's your uncle. You're communicating with me directly. But make sure you follow along because there's different information, different downloads, different readings across all of social media. So you never know when you're going to see that direct reflection of yourself that's going to trigger you into your best self, your highest self, and your greatest healing potential. So seriously this time, that's it, and happy healing.